Oh, there it is. Mark Leek declared war on Mongolia. Eritrea revolts. Ethiopia's only gain in the Welsh Creek, the prized coastal possession of Eritrea, is now an open revolt. And other things. Mark Leek declared war on Mongolia. Abyssinia on Eritrea. Following the disastrous effects of Black Monday, it seems as though our economically tenuous position has only caused us harm, with the members of the Bulgarian Agrarian National Union picketing and protesting outside of the offices of key Liberal offices, demanding that the government intervene on behalf of the farmers. This has done little more than place greater pressure on us, while also spreading disunity within the nation. Today is the 1st of May, universally known as the International Workers' Day, which celebrates the efforts of the lower-class labourers by the labour movement. First established to commemorate the Haymarket Affair on the 4th of May, the day itself is a public holiday in syndicalist nations around the world. Well, there you go. That's as communist as I'm going to go, Sergey. You're welcome. Should probably resub on Patreon. Got a job again, finally. Oh, that's awesome. What gives more money, Patreon or Twitch? Patreon, definitely. So the way it works on Patreon is we get half of the sub, and on Twitch we get half of the sub. So if you're doing a 5, then we get 250. If you do it on Patreon, it's more like 90%. Like the Patreon cut is way more generous. Bribing is redistributing wealth, therefore communism. So yeah, Patreon is definitely the better option. Now, I appreciate everyone doing the Twitch thing with the Twitch subscriptions. Obviously, that helps. And the Amazon one, the Amazon Prime subscriptions especially, because it doesn't cost you anything extra and I still get paid. So if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, then that is a great way to show your support for a streamer. Really, really is a good way. Have I played as Romania? Not in... Have I? I've definitely played as Romania at some point. I can't remember if that was vanilla or Kaiserreich. I have a feeling that was vanilla. Twitch gives you more emotes. Yes, that is true. Although you get a cooler list of ranks on Patreon for Discord. Rather than just being the Viking, you can be loads of different things. Okay, so we have adopted industrialization. Tension surrounding industrialization. Severe discontent has been in the air within Bulgaria, with many of our peasants and factory workers experiencing poor economic conditions due to the economic crash, now dubbed Black Monday. This has only been made worse due to our decision of beginning the industrialization of the nation, with opposition coming from the Bulgarian Agrarian National Union and its members, who are mostly peasant farmers. While we have managed to temporarily quell most of the discontent, we must hope that our policy of industrialization succeeds, lest we fail to pull ourselves out of this economic crisis and risk the people turning on us. But Bates, thank you very much for the Twitch Amazon Prime sub. Haha, someone's listening to me. Awesome, thank you so much for the support, I appreciate that. So we lose another 3.5 stability. We are still above 50% though. I suspect it goes down to low at 40? No, we're already on low. No, we're on... Okay, so we're... Low popularity, but average stability. What is my popularity? 37. Huzzah! Helson Strat as well. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Appreciate that. See, it really does help us. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's a really good system. Definitely one of the big benefits of Amazon owning Twitch now. Hey, and Sergey also pledged on Patreon. Appreciate that. Thank you. All the things are happening right now. It's great. This is a good day. I should be drinking something stronger than tea. Okay, so, where was I? Focus. We were going to go down the urban development so we can get that infrastructure up and running. Then these two. Then probably these two. And then finally these two. Although having the extra military factory would be helpful, but I don't have any raw materials, so not as much. Okay, so urban development. Let's go and do that. While Bulgaria's urban areas are by far the most developed areas of the nation, it's also clear that many of the amount of development in these areas lags behind that of the European counterparts. We must invest more in our urban areas so that so as to spur resettlement there, thereby allowing for the creation of new jobs. And I really... I don't want to leave the training of these guys too late. We are not producing many planes, and we probably won't so long as we have those deficits. Should I just cancel the plane production? I think we probably should. I mean, these are pre-war. They're not even the 1936 planes. In which case, where do we want this extra factory? Infantry equipment? I'm going to go with the artillery. I think we're going to go, like, double down on the artillery explosives. Kaboom, kaboom. I am King Arthur. I am King Arthur, King of the Britons. Well, I didn't vote for you. Don't think it's worth doing planes, yeah. Why did I go industrialist this time? Because I didn't last time. I wanted to see what was different. Also, they've actually added technology to the industrialist line this time. Well, previously, one of the biggest bonuses about the agrarian was the fact they got a free tech slot. Right, technology. We could go for concentrated industry. That does give us 15% more factory output. Yeah, we may as well. Off we go! Did I ever try the Endseek mod? No. Bulgarian Air Force equals carrier pigeons. Oswald Mosley elected as chairman of the TUC. The 1936 Trade Union Congress in the Union of Britain is made out to be decisive. Longtime chairman of the TUC, Philip Snowden, declared his resignation, causing the four major factions of the Union, Maximus, Autonomous, Federalists, and Congregationalists, to butt heads over the position. So has his portrait changed? It's not as smug. I mean, I think that's basically the same as it was previously, with a little more high definition. Industrialization because guns are better than pitchforks. Well, that depends if you have a gun that fires pitchforks, in which case that would be kind of deadly. Here we go, communists taking power. Well, they kind of always do in England. Sneeze, Mosley. So urban dev is 35 days, 35 days, 35 days. Excellent. It's all 35. Excellent. So that one, and that one, and that one. Yeah, I think so. And then maybe Mountaineers. When are Mountaineers actually available? 36, so they already are. I can just shave that 206 days in half. In which case that's actually worth it. That's a long time. Urban development is complete. Excellent. Let's go and grab the Dazovna Aeroplana Robosnitsa, which adds an airbase in Ploven. It would be in our best interest to work with the Dashavna Aeroplana Robotnitsa as a well-known aircraft manufacturer located in Bozhriste, so as to help better connect our country by air and spur further economic activity in the area. These are hard words to say. Does the French Republic own Corsica? Yes. What if a pitchfork has a gun attachment? Well, what if a gun has a pitchfork attachment? Instead of using bayonets, they use pitchforks strapped to the gun. I think that would work. The Ottomans decide to support you. It's out of Mordred's hands. Yeah, in the same way that Albania did last time. Which was hilarious. It's like, nobody's on Bulgaria's side. That's half the fun. Albania declares support for Bulgaria. Damn it! I mean, yay, but still, you completely proved me wrong. Hey, Wamazin. Alright, I mean, I could totally start buying some steel, because we're not getting anything built. We have one factory available. Need about 28 troops to cover your borders. Yeah, which is why I really want to get the Mountaineers out. So I can, A, compare them to regular infantry, and B, they're smaller units anyway. Is Sardinia part of the Entente? Yes, and that's one of the really interesting thing about them. You start in the Entente. Not quite pitchforks, but novel bayonet forms are a thing. Don't bring a gun into a pitchfork fight. There was a spade attachment once for US rifles. Oh, I see what you were saying. Not quite pitchforks, but spades for... I can see how that works, actually. I can see how that works. Especially if you were like the Corps of Engineers or something. Sardinia is being Sardinia, doing Sardinia things. Declared war on the Wallonian Communal Republic. Oh, Wallonia tried to go communist. I don't think that's a war they'll win. This is just a slight guess that I have. Hey, it's KFC. That's Colonel Sanders without a beard. Okay. Now here to see if Wallonia joins France or not. And we have finished the aeroplane focus. That's what I'm going to call it now. So we can go on to the economic growth in the city centres, which will quite dramatically reduce the effect of Black Monday and also give us 2 free factories, which is awesome. In order to further stimulate economic activity and ensure further development in urban areas, we must begin the massive undertaking of public works projects and infrastructural development programs. And also technology, which we should probably start working on doctrine. Now, how do the doctrines work here again? I have a feeling we are free to choose. I don't think it really pushes you in either direction. Oh, that increases production even further. So yeah, Bulgaria really isn't about elite forces. It's about just having tons and tons of them. Reorganization of the pension system. This will help us better deal with military pensions. Oh! So if I maintain the military pensions and then go down that will help. Rather than just outright getting rid of them. Interesting. I did want to see World War II happen in 36, but I can't remember the cause. I think Germany has a way of doing that. Like, oh no, it's if France pushes their stuff on Switzerland really early, Germany can just go, no. Yeah. Research bonus for land doctrine. It does not say specifically which one. Okay, good. So, with the idea of having super elite forces in mind, that rules out... Does it rule out mass assault? I'm not sure it does. Because I remember that mass mobilization is now really strong. Well, no, this gives you really good infantry recovery rate and reinforce rate, which means that you can have small armies, small units reinforcing each other quickly. And also just massive units. I don't think we have the population to support that. Grand Battle Plan is good, but it's been horribly, horribly nerfed. And this is more for a rounded army. Although we could go infiltration, I guess. Which is more infantry based. So we get +5 org from that. We get more breakthrough and organisation from that. So it's +10. +20. So yeah, infiltration would give us 20 organisation. Superior firepower is just going to be more soft attack. So, one big difference in this version of the vanilla update is that the more damage you do to your opponent, the more experience you gain more quickly. So if you have a really long ongoing engagement, that's how you used to get experience. They've changed that. So it is like everything is at a certain rate which falls off the longer you're fighting, so you get less and less experience as you're fighting like a long engagement, unless you are significantly out-damaging your opponent, which is what superior firepower gives you. So I suspect that superior firepower will have high-level commanders, which could play into our elite theme. We do get the 20% defense from that, which would be good, because I'm pretty sure we'll be playing defensive. And then probably going to be support, which does give us more organization. And then probably shock and awe. There's another 10. Soft attack all round for the entire army. That's more for the tanks. And then the organization for all frontline battalions, and then air superiority plus 20%. I mean, that's going to be a big one. You can reduce the impact of enemy air superiority with anti-air, what are they called? Brigades in your army. That's another of the big changes. And then the armor. I don't know that we're going to have the industry to do armor. I mean, we could try and get mobile infantry, which is a plus 25 right there already. And another one, so that's a plus 35. Yeah, you get so much organization with mobile warfare. I think we're still going to go superior firepower. I feel like that suits what we're trying to do the most. I'm not really intending to go tanks or mechanized. So yeah, we're going to start researching superior firepower. They've severely reduced the max planning bonus for Grand Battle Plan. Yeah, I know. Remember AA as the poor man's arty. Not anymore. Like, I still have to try it to see exactly how much of a difference it makes. But it hugely reduces. So, at the moment, for every unit of... Or for enemy air superiority, they reduce your defense. And if they have more close air support, they increase their attack. What anti-air does is it reduces both of those. So if they have significantly more aircraft than you and you have a lot of anti-air, then the impact of their bigger air force is negated. Probably not completely nullified, but certainly reduced. If, of course, you have them. And they're cheap. The thing about anti-air is it's really cheap. So if we have a quick look. Anti-air versus artillery. These cost 3.5 to produce, those cost 4 to produce. They do a soft attack of 3 to the 25. Yeah, I mean, their soft attack is obscene. Reliability is the same. Air attack 19. They obviously don't have an air attack. Breakthrough is 6. So yeah, you do a lot less damage. It also doesn't require tungsten. That's the other thing. But the cool thing about towed anti-air is they take up 1 unit slot, not 3. So when you're in the division designer, instead of 3 combat width, anti-air is only 1. Same with AT. So you could basically have 1 anti-air, 1 anti-tank in exchange for 1 infantry. So it's basically 2 divisions for the price of 1. Or 3 for the price of 1 in terms of artillery. Wallonia seems to be expanding rather than being crushed. Yeah, just wait until Germany actually arrives. Although it does actually look like they're beating Wallonia. Wallonia shall bring down the Germans. I doubt that somehow. I mean, this is like Estonia declaring war on Germany, with the difference of Germany actually being next to them. Sword and Illusion crashes through the enemy lines with a mouse super heavy tank. We're still a ways away from those. There it is, dead. And they got 17,000 equipment for it. Wow, Flanders. Flanders? That's not Wallonia anymore. It is literally Flanders. Who are still in the Alliance. And Flanders does have its own focus tree. As does the Netherlands. Like, they've pretty dramatically overhauled the Dutch focus tree too. So this is interesting. Yeah, the Dutch focus tree is huge now. Absolutely enormous. Definitely going to have to do another game with them, but I'm still waiting for Indonesia to get a focus tree. Because I think that's what's really needed to make the Dutch interesting, as if Indonesia has one. Did they kill the Axis formation in 0.6? Started as Iran and Egypt never invited me or Arabia into their faction. I've seen them not do that once or twice in the past. It's almost like several of our head devs are Dutch or Belgian or something. Well, good! I fully applaud this Dutch-centric development model. It's almost like Paradox with Sweden. It's nearly like it's actually made by Swedes. Due to his popular policies, one of our loyal ministers has managed to strengthen our ideology. With some additional influence, we could use this to increase our influence. So we're currently 3% short. So are you seriously going to tell me that we're going to be 0.7% short of going to normal popularity? I have a really bad feeling we're going to be exactly 0.07% short. God damn it. Please round. Would adding shovels to your divisions help? Yeah, probably, but we don't have the support equipment to do that. Belgium's insane. Solos France a few times with the trees. Did I play? I think I played one game as Belgium. And promptly surrendered to everything. Because obviously the Dutch are awesome. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. The game is teasing you. Just finished the past stream and here you are playing it again. You got lucky, you did. And hello, Captain Nathaniel Claw. So this is going to be a big boost. This is actually going to allow us to start doing stuff again. Plus 2 more civilian factories is going to be excellent. Gives me a bit of a kickstart to the economy. The Unione Sindacalista achieve Italian majority. The 5th Congress of the Socialist Republic of Italy has ended with the Unione Sindacalista, led by Palmiro Togliatti, continuing its mandate by achieving a majority of seats in the government. The Unione Sindacalista have held control of the Republic since the end of the Weltkrieg, and this continuation of the regime signals a likely solidification of their alliance with the Commune of France. Oh, is there a way of communist Italy from breaking away from France? I guess there is. Oh yeah, this is going to have been completely overhauled as well. Oh, I'm going to have to play as the Italians again. Well, obviously I'm going to be playing a Sardinia at some point. But, I mean the other ones too. Ever think of playing the Kingdom of Hawaii? No. I have to say I'm getting a little tired of playing the really, really small powers because it takes so damn long to do anything. He says while playing Bulgaria and planning to play Sardinia. But someone like Hawaii, where you're literally a one-province minor with nothing particularly interesting going on or being forced upon you, that doesn't interest me that much. Unlike Sardinia, where you start out in the Entente and therefore can make a difference. And also, you have a goal. Reclaim the whole of Italy. Right, so we are now going to maintain protectionism in order to get the University of Sofia. Or we could just go examine the budget, maintain military pensions, end Black Monday. Oh, no, we wouldn't be able to end it just straight away. No, we're going to maintain the protection. I really want to get mountain infantry too. So I can start training them. Building and training them. No, we need to get rid of Black Monday. Like, focus, Mordred, focus. So that's going to piss Germany off. I think we're going to get the military factory first. Bulgaria's oldest arms supplier, Arsenal AD, which is headquartered in Kazanlak, specialises primarily in the creation of military equipment and affiliated firearms. By working together with them and providing government subsidies, we can boost our domestic arms industry and better supply our military. Cool. And now we have got 3 factories working on Ploven, which means that's going to get built up faster. And then I do need to decide whether I want Ploven to be military factories or civilian factories to get the rest of the country built up faster. I'm not sure. They changed the focus trees between last stream and this one. Yes, they did. A new update was released today, like 2-3 hours before I went live. Something like that. I'd noticed it happen while I was playing EU4, the EU4 stream. Have I played German China? No, and I'm not going to until Qing actually gets a proper focus tree. It's one of those things, like, I didn't want to play as any of the Italians until the Commune of Italy... What are they called? Socialist Italy had a focus tree. Obviously, prior to this update. Trade for steel. Don't want to lose the factories. Not worth it. Deutsche Ostasien declared war on the Indo-Chinese Union. That's a civil war, I believe. Yep. Indochina declared their independence. After the Weltkrieg, Germany seized the former French Indochina, but stability didn't restore until German intervention in 1926 crushed the revolutionaries in South China. Now, Indo-Chinese nationalists and leftists under a coalition government called the Viet Minh rise up against their colonial regime. After quoting the French Declaration of the Rights of Man and the American Declaration of Independence, Nguyen An Ninh, the head of Viet Minh, condemned the brutal German oppression of the free people and reaffirmed the Indo-Chinese nation's right to independence. Most observers agree with German media that they are just some pompous peasants. German military force or even policy of the Far East can only suppress the revolts, or the so-called Viet Cong. I'm sure that's not going to cause any problems for any of the major superpowers of this world. None whatsoever. Alright, it is September 36. I'm half tempted to research a better fighter so that we can actually have an air presence. No, we should really upgrade the support weapons, make sure we have that done. And then maybe field hospitals. Although we're a ways away from really being able to afford motorized in any decent numbers. Like, our economy is just terrible at the moment. And it's not going to get any better for a while. Is Serbia in alliance or is it alone? At the moment, alone. What is Hitler doing in this timeline? He managed to become an artist. I think he was shot. Because, yeah, he was actually shot in the First World War. And in this, they're basically saying he died from it rather than just being wounded. Anything else I can be doing? Well, I can be unpausing the game. That's a start. Can't believe I'm 0.07 away. Frustrating. Now, isn't there one which increases our strength? In fact, I was like halfway down this tree last time. Why on earth was I focusing so heavily on the political stuff? I was not playing well last time. I think that's all I can say is I just wasn't playing well last time. Hitler is an artist and Churchill is wandering in the political wilderness. How do the new changes affect Kaiserreich? You mean the new changes from the hotfix or from the actual update? Guy never gets to be an artist, even in alternative timelines. Ah. Yeah, I'm not going to say poor Hitler. Work with Arsenal is done. Go Gunners. Then we're going to empower the Bulgarian National Bank so we have more or less consumer goods in use. Then protectionism, University of Sofia, and then we'll do the budget stuff. It is of utmost importance that we work on revaluing our currency, the Bulgarian lev, by working in lockstep with the Bulgarian National Bank. Through the promotion and stability of our currency and imposing proper regulations on the bank, we can better control the resilience of the lev. Okay. Oh, the actual full update. They've added focuses for a lot of stuff. They've broken Italy up into various different new factions. They have added in the decisions for some countries. Obviously, compatibility stuff to make it actually compatible with Waking the Tiger. I think the biggest thing is the focuses, as usual. And then the rejigging of Italy, that was a pretty big deal. Oh, and also the Middle East. The Middle East has been pretty significantly redone. Has Najd lost their war already? I just noticed that. So Saudi Arabia starts between Najd and Fezzan, I think. And clearly the Saudis won to form Saudi Arabia. But there are entire focuses and events and things around the growth of the Axis in opposition to the Ottomans,